Hi, and welcome to the C-Pop Fantasy C-Pop in Review show. I'm your host, Eastwind. So following our show a few weeks ago, one of our very own users, Maka, posted in our forum the following. I've been learning Mandarin for a little while, and I'm starting to get into the music. I am currently getting tired of listening to the following artists on repeat. J.H.E, Wang Yihong, Zhang Huimei, S.H.E, Khalil Fong, Lin Junjie, and Wang Rong. So following this post by Maka, I made a few suggestions, and S.H.E, our very own DJ, made a few great suggestions as well. But then I thought, wouldn't it be great to dedicate a whole show towards the introduction of some C-pop artists? I know a lot of you out there, like Maka, have started listening to a few songs here and there, but what you're really interested in is what kind of songs out there on the C-pop market are most tailored to my tastes. So I've handpicked a few songs by a few artists that I feel are a really good representation of C-pop in general. And they've got a lot of different types of voices, a lot of different types of songs, and I hope to give you a very quick preview, a very little bit of everything to see what you might like. So first on our list is F.I.R. And F.I.R. is, hands down, the most popular Chinese band out there right now. And some of you might be thinking, well, what about S.H.E, what about twins? Now, those are actually strictly classified as groups, the reason being that they don't write their own music and they don't really play any musical instruments. And F.I.R. is just so different from that. The group consists of 3 people, but one is basically the main singer, and the other 2 are basically the songwriters, and they do a lot of the instrumental parts, and there's a lot of chemistry between these 3 components of this band. So first, let's play their one song that's probably the most recognizable of all their great tunes, and it's called 我们的爱, Our Love. So I hope you guys really like that. I think F.I.R. is a perfect mix of pop and rock, and that's probably as rocky as Chinese rock would ever go. So coming up next, we've got another great female singer called Jane Zhang, and she's probably more recognizable under the Chinese name of Zhang Miangyi. Jane's claim to fame really came by through this Chinese equivalent of the American Idol show, and in her time it was exclusively for female singers. So what's surprising is Jane didn't really win first place. She didn't win second place. She came third in the finals. And even so, first and second are really now nowhere to be seen on the C-pop market. Maybe there are a few fans lingering out there, but you don't see them on the charts or anything. And here's my take on why that's the case. First of all, they're just not feminine enough. Both of them have very, very masculine voices, and their look is just really, you wouldn't think they're girls if you bumped into them on the streets. But Jane is just completely the opposite. She doesn't have that great attraction when you look at her, but her voice is just so versatile. She can hit the really high notes with flawless precision, and she's really great with songs that require low notes as well. And if you ever get her album, you'll see that her songs really display the wide range of her voice, that they really take a good advantage of the versatility of her voice. So to start out, we're going to play one of the songs from that album that she's just came out with, I think about half a year ago. And this is track number 1. It's called Body Language.
听见眼睛在说话，它像你的笑容；我听见右手在说话，它像你的左手。生活还有很多别的事情要做，可是我无法跟你分开1秒钟。我听见嘴唇在说话，说它也很寂寞。我听见头发在说话，怀念你手指温柔。我们还有很多未来日子要过，可是我无法等到下一次碰头。
Hope you guys enjoyed the 2 female singers so far, and I think it's now an appropriate time to insert a male singer. So this one that's coming up is actually probably going to be P.S.H.'s pick as well if he were to be on the show, because, hey, he was in love with Jordan Chan for a very, very long time. Not in that kind of, not in this gay kind of way. But anyway, Jordan Chan's been around for quite a while, and he's, well, not really a great singer, not really a great actor for that matter, and he's really been doing some work in both. But even so, he's stuck with us for, I think, 5 to 7 years. And we've seen several great songs come out of him because such great songwriters like S.H.E offered to write his songs. So coming up next is one of the songs that I really like by Jordan Chan. It's called The Next Half of My Life.
Hey, 别其他人才知道，我找到不了的地方，长大长高还是到不了。嘿嘿嘿，不叫高兴太远了，放在路上追求成功，那是需要还是一种炫耀？要拼到第几回合，那么能够不够我不知道，想一想下半辈子撑过一年假。也许男人只是不知道什么时候应该就要在年前吃多好。
Coming up next, we've got S.H.E. Now, S.H.E is definitely the most popular Mandarin group in Asia, in C-pop right now. And why is that? Well, their technique isn't really that great, and I would say it's mainly because we've got 3 very, very attractive women. And we've got Ella, the E part of the S.H.E, who has a really, really low voice. We've got Hebe, the H, who has a really, really high voice, and we have Selena to bind the 2 together. So on every one of their albums, you're paying for 1 album, but you're getting 3 great singers. And even better, you've got a lot of great songwriters to back them up. So coming up next is one of the greatest songs that they've produced so far, and it's called The Chinese Language. This album came out just about a month ago, and it's unique because it's really the first rap song that they've ever tried, and it's just absolutely stunning.
纽约苏珊娜开了间相逢 lunch bar， 柏林来的我不高能胡琴配着电吉他，
各种颜色的皮肤，各种颜色的头发，
嘴里念的说的开始流行中国话。多少年我们苦练英文发音和文法，这几年换他们卷着舌头学评上去路的变化。
这评评，这评，
好聪明的中国人，好优美的中国话。
有个小孩叫小兔，上街打醋又买布，买了布打了醋，回头看见婴儿兔，放下布喝下醋，上前去追婴儿兔，飞了鹰跑了兔，擦了醋湿了布，谁说腿